What system are we playing in?
Huh?
What system are we playing in?
We are playing DreadLore, a new tabletop role-playing game that is about choices.
Choices.
Emphasis on the role playing.
Uh-huh. Who are our Patreon members?
Our Patreon members are Tim Roberts, Daniel Holker, and Nostalgic.
Who's our sponsor?
We don't have a sponsor. There's just aliens with two buttholes in the vicinity, and we don't know why.
Who should we be thanking for this awesome artwork and production?
We should be thanking Couchfire Media for all of this production and artwork.
And what about the music?
All lowercase letters, of course.
And where can I get this awesome music? Spotify?
Huh?
I said Spotify. Oh yeah, Mr. Interrupt. He's on there.
Yeah.
Mr. Interrupt is awesome.
We're listening
Spotify.
to him right now.
Napster.
TikTok. Napster.
MySpace.
I think it is on Napster.
Probably is on there. Is Napster still a thing?
It is.
Holy shit.
It's kind of like Spotify.
Yeah. Well. All right. So we're back in whenever we're back in. Hey, Chad, thanks for jumping on. Thanks for being there. Harry Buncombe. Hashtag DreadLore is for everyone. Hashtag DreadLore is for everybody. If you want to do that, that'd be great. Yeah, if you're on the chat, please say hello. And that way we know you're there. Right. So we're going to run a really quick ad. We're going to get back into it. So just be a minute-long ad. That way we have a little bit of time. It'll shove off the other ads. And we can talk a little bit in the montage. Ad going now. Montage. All right. So for you guys, since we're running an ad, it'll be about a minute. You'll montage through pretty much the forest. You can hike. All of you. You've been through enough. That's not a problem. Simon and Leah, you have bid to carry this thing enough. Just note that it is taxing. It's straining on you. It's a big old bitch to carry this thing. You're slipping and sliding, and it will take you guys some time to get through. Where it took you 2 hours before, it's going to take you a good 3 hours to get to your destination. Unless someone wants to drop into the dread and somehow get you there faster. So here in 10 seconds, we will go and figure that out.
I have an idea for that.
Okay, give me 3 seconds.
Yep.
No.
All right, we're back in. Long and the short of it is, you guys are in the montage, trouncing through the forest. Action's on you.
Well, last time it took us about 2 hours to get there, but we were wandering, and we were also taking outside routes. Like we were purposely going up the hill and then back down and stuff. So I want to use a narrative point to say that since we've already known the path, we are not wandering. We are not going circuitous routes.
Yep.
I said that word wrong, but that's what we are not like going out and then back. We're headed basically almost straight there until we get close and then venture off. So it takes us less time.
All right, I like this.
Is that good? Okay.
Good narrative point. So it doesn't take you 3 hours, like I said, and it shouldn't take you 2 hours because you're not wandering. However, if you were unencumbered, trouncing through this forest, it would take you about an hour. That's the quickest you could do it. You are encumbered.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it that Simon...
An hour 5. No.
An hour 5. An hour 5. So how is it that you all get there faster than 2 hours? That's on all of you. You're in the montage. You can drop in the dread if you want to do some bids. That's one way to deal with this. Or you can convince me in another way.
I say we have Tony and Nord out in front because they're less encumbered. They can watch and note, and so that gives us the opportunity to. That gives me and Leah the opportunity not to have to focus. We can focus on just trudging forward and keeping our footing and not slipping and sliding because they're focused on everything else around us.
Can I add to
That's
that?
my suggestion. Yeah, I mean, I'm just suggesting. Yeah.
So I suggest that, and Simon may not like this, but I suggest that I bid sent to colors, and so some of my visions from the last time we were here, like I remember that time that I'm pretty sure I said we were going in a straight line, but we went in that circle like 4 times. That we cut off, and because I'm in that high state again, like I remember turning and zigging and zagging a little more clearly, potentially, because I'm in the same state of mind, having bid my ability sent to colors, not mere minutes ago.
I think that makes sense. As with Tony and Nord up ahead, Nord like a bloodhound, just cocaine addled, with a scent of colors. Nord, it is as though it's like in Donnie Darko. You can see the tracers going the right direction. Somehow you just know you're following your nose like a wizard. You can smell the blood on the air and the water of the deep of that place that you had been. And Simon and Leah, you are able to focus entirely on the trudge. Leah, what in the fuck are you doing?
Sorry, I'm making too much noise. My bad.
No, you're not making noise. I just don't know what you're doing.
I'm making a water tornado.
I'm shaking this bottle.
Water tornado, it's like a water tornado.
Oh no, I know. I was a kid once.
I'm an adult. I do adult things with adult money.
I was a child at one point in my life.
I'm keeping my brain waves entertained. In my brain, in my head space.
I'm gonna keep this in mind. Anyway, as Mariah is doing something similar to what you're doing. With a plastic bottle, spinning it around. About an hour, we'll say it sucks to hike. It just sucks to hike. Everybody knows it. We'll say an hour 20 goes by. You guys make amazing time in this weather and whatnot. That said, Leah and Simon, your arms are burning. You find yourselves sweating despite the cold, and a little bit out of breath. How this is going to play? Let's do a flaw. What are some of your flaws dealing with physicality or mood and that kind of thing? And I'll let you guys bid one of those to get through this, as we're going to go straight into the dread.
I'll bid stubborn.
Yep.
I will bid
It's
calloused.
Tony bids callous. As Tony, you look back, seeing their plight, and just don't give a shit. You've done this before. All right. Yeah. Leah, we'll say that since Tony just impromptu bid that, you don't have to bid a flaw. You just see his judgment, like the judgment writ across his face, and that propels you forward. It gives you a bump of energy as you're like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm the one carrying this cooler. unless you want to bid a flaw. Tony just
I,
bid for it.
I feel like bidding frustrated kind of would probably be applicable for that.
Sure. As you've been frustrated, and you are, you're absolutely frustrated. Tony is maybe even making snide remarks. What are some of those remarks, Tony, as you guys finally get to the part where you kind of have to climb up and you get to the ledge where the path is overlooking that valley that has the lake in it? Tony, what are some of the snide remarks you make to Leah and Simon?
Huh. You think this is fun? You think this is a lot of fun?
You know what, Tony? You know what? I think it's about as fun as your time in seminary school.
You're
having
right.
those private sessions with the priests.
Hey, listen, asshole, you're not even carrying anything, Mariah says, while riding on the cooler.
Yeah, I think this is pretty fun. Everything keeps changing colors a little bit. That's fun.
You see Tony's face changing colors.
You'll be seeing different colors, all right, when I knock you upside the head as soon as I put this box down.
As you guys sit down the box on top of this embankment, to the left, so to your left, Simon, it's where path goes to a goat path, up through the brush, up to an outcropping where you were last time. You specifically went up there and got a vantage point.
Right.
To the right, the rest of you will know, the path gets into a beaten path and it goes around, circles around quite a ways, then into stony steps, and then into this valley where you know a lake is directly in front of you. So this path is maybe 4 to 7 feet, well, 4 to 7, Jesus Christ, 4 to 10 feet wide, and then a steep, it's not sheer per se, but a steep grade. Would be very difficult to traverse, although potentially you could, and it's heavily forested. So you can't see down into the valley from here, but you guys have been here before. You know that that's the situation. You hear distant echoing in that valley. It's just Chicago, it is Chicago, it is Chicago, it is Chicago, it is Chicago.
So, how do you guys think we should do this?
I'm really wishing I'd brought the brownie.
Can we go from the other end?
I want a brownie.
Yeah, brownie sounds pretty good right now.
Oh
no. Can we go from the other end? You know, whatever end that they're not on. If we just put this little freezer pop in there, and then
we can go up the ridge here and look over and see how they. My thought is that they'll probably be like completely encircling the lake.
Do you think there's that many of them?
Well, even if there's not, I would say they're spaced out to. That would be my guess. We can go up here and look and see how it is.
I remember when we looked last time, there was like this huge debacle where we barely made it down to the lake. It was pretty intense there, and I think it was daytime at the time.
Well, I mean, we can. You guys have on those cloaks. One or two of you can go ahead.
Oh shit!
And go down there as one of them and scope it out to know, like, if we can, because it's going to be hard to sneak this thing in. So maybe either we.
I'm good at distractions. I could be the distraction if you and I think Mariah and Leah could do the hard work, and Tony and I can still do the easy work. We could do a distraction.
Because we've got to.
So what are you gonna do as a distraction?
I don't know.
Not filling me with confidence right now.
It's gonna be hard for us to run in and throw this into the lake. We need to know what we can either go
could do
in
it.
shooting.
I could turn invisible. I could just turn invisible. I could just put it in the lake by myself.
Well, so then it's a floating thing if you're invisible. And I'll look over at Leah with like a eye roll.
No, it's not floating. We dump the contents of the thing in the, or
No,
maybe I can go.
If you're invisible, then it's just a floating crate.
Yeah, but maybe I could do the distraction when I was invisible.
How are you
I know
going
you can
invisible?
see me now, but I haven't done it yet. It's a trick I made up.
Oh, okay. You do whatever you think is best. And I'm going to do something else.
Okay.
You want to create a distraction. You want to create a distraction?
Yeah.
Do you have a gun?
I do. I think I have a gun. Yeah, I have a gun.
Point it straight up and fire.
No. Point it at them. Point it at the cultists. That'd be good.
I don't want to
that'd be a good
people.
distraction.
I mean, enough people have already died. I think they'll snap out of it when, like, tomorrow happens and all this is done.
They all snap out of it when they die.
That's true. That's very true.
I don't want to deal with the repercussions of being a mass murderer. Like, I just don't think I could live with myself.
No.
I never joined the military. I don't need to shoot people. I'm just not gonna do it. Hold on.
I don't remember the Hulker, you probably know this. Had Jonestown already happened by now?
I believe Jonestown happened in the late 70s.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, we'll just pretend that if I'm wrong, we'll just ignore this happened. Well, no, don't worry about it. It'll just be like those people down in Jonestown will say it was a mass suicide. It's okay.
Yeah, but they drink the Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid is bullets this time. It's fine.
There's a difference between bullets. Like, the U.S. government didn't just storm that place. They decided that they would wait for it, and they did it to themselves. They drank the Kool-Aid and set fire to the building themselves.
What do you think they would have done if they knew that vampires were real?
I don't know, probably gone out and gotten bitten. I got this vampire friend. Maybe we get him to help.
Yeah, where'd he go anyway?
I'm sure he'll join us when the time happens. When he had to finish eating. He just had a little light snack. Probably needs a little bit more. I vote we just walk down and see what.
Actually, on that point, I'm going to use a narrative point if you'll let me to say that's when he comes up behind us and announces himself.
Yeah, we can do that. As bidding the narrative point, you all feel a further chill in the air. It's like when a predator is around and the mammalian brain realizes all of you feel primordial fear as a smoke appears around you, sort of a haze, and slowly out of the foliage, this guy walks. William Tibbets. He looks far less ravenous, but there is a craze in his eye. He does not look like he could be trusted. Yeah, indeed. That's a good picture of him. As he leans up against one of the trees, blood is covering his front. He doesn't seem to notice. Tony, you notice his fingernails are sharp, but they're not talons any longer. As he folds his arms, looking at you all coolly for a moment.
Hey, William. There's some more guys down there. I was thinking, and I think Leah agrees with me that we should go do some people hunting. I mean, they're peasants to be eating, these people, right? I do feel like a mass murderer.
Well,
there was a room full of people.
But at this point, we're probably preventing some people from meeting their end.
You know,
Indeed.
actually, Leah might look over at him. Actually, how strong are you?
He his lips play upon his teeth, just this, like he's wearing a mouth guard. He's just full of teeth as he smiles, an evil smile.
You think we should have him rip off the top of this cooler and throw it in the lake? Would you do that for us, William? And we could get the party started on massacring these perfectly evil occultists.
What lake?
There's a lake over there.
As he looks, there's just trees and stuff.
Well, I'm on the other side of the trees.
He kind of shrugs.
You seem like you'd be fast. And
Do
it
you
would
have
be
my
very
book?
Oh, your book. What is that book?
He kind of squints his eyes at you for a moment, but you've already established that he kind of trusts you. And maybe he was rather high at the time. It is spell book.
Good spells? Like good people spells or bad?
He
people
kind of squints
spells?
again. There are no good people spells.
I believe you. I'm happy to help you search for it.
What do you bid? To lie.
I bid what I always bid. Well, I bid my name, North Zetterberg.
All right, you have to throw down.
No, I'm gonna bid yellow journalism, aka Redcon.
I love it. So throw down. Leah, will you roll me a d10?
Oh, shit.
Tony, will you roll me a d8?
Every time I roll, it's
As he is
tough.
full on blood, the Bodef is 3.
That is
Uh,
no success for me.
Simon, will you roll me a d6 chaos die as you are dealing with a creature?
2. No success.
Not a 1. What'd you get, Tony?
6.
Tell me successes.
1 success.
All right, Bodef plus successes, threshold of 4. As he is very sensitive.
I am going to bid fake out
Mhm.
to activate counterpoint, which I'm sure he suspects me of having it. I wasn't in your house very long, and then I'm going to bid a learning.
That
I don't
is
even-
not my house. That was the vile traitor Marcus's house.
Marcus.
Why was Marcus a traitor?
He, with preternatural speed, turns and looks at you. Nord, still on you. What are you bidding? And throwing down.
And I'm gonna bid my abstract clothing amounts that
I'm sorry. What does that mean? Are you wearing like Toulouse-Lautrec? No, what am I thinking? Abstract.
Yeah,
art?
no, I've got some attributes that I've added to my
Liechtenstein, Roy Liechtenstein, the pop art. Yeah.
It's like a suit of many colors, and I've kind of added
Suit of many colors.
It's sort of like
At
allows
first
me to be a chameleon. It's got big pockets. I look kind of like a homeless person, but kind of like. Plus,
So
he
can't read you as well, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and plus I have
language.
this occultist suit on.
I forgot about that. Oh yeah, you're wearing the occultist suit.
Yeah, so I'm like
who else has the occultist suit on? Is it just you two? There's someone else.
Hulker.
Yeah, Tony and
So you all look like
that dumb wolf costume.
Yeah.
Except
so I'm gonna build that, which is
you guys are trouncing through the forest like larpers. Indeed. Yeah. So how many successes? You need cuatro.
That's 5 successes.
All right, that's a clean success. As he nods, not suspecting you, quick look at Leah, and then Mariah.
We've got more people.
Marcus was a traitor. He tried to turn away from Erishkagal. As he looks up in almost reverence.
I think we're on the same side. You know Lady Callie, right?
Quick look down. Yes. And he spits on the ground some blood. I know her.
She's betrayed Erishka, and
she's not betrayed Erishkagal.
Is she not?
She's betrayed Leah.
She's betrayed somebody. I mean, I'm just a mortal. I'm just going along, but you've got to be a little bit upset about that, right?
He arcs an eyebrow.
Okay, you might seem like you know some things. Do you know who the Lady of the Veil is?
Drizzle, will you roll me a d12 and call high or low? Stakes are, does he know anything about this? What he will know if he does is something esoteric.
He does.
As he says, yes, I know who she is. But that is not her name. Her name is secret.
Is he against or how should I put this? Is she an enemy to Ereshkigal?
There's an inquisitive look on his face. I don't know. The powers, the beings of powers, have their own politics. I know not their allegiances.
Okay. I feel like this is a more useful question. Why are the cultists calling out the name of Ereshkigal?
This would be a bid.
Okay. For this, I'm going to bid. Interrogator.
Ooh, throw down.
Good job.
Nord, will you roll me a d10? Simon, will you roll me a d8? Tony, will you roll me a d6 chaos die? On the mishap, something bad happens. He loses his patience. All right, you get a success from the chaos die. You get the waves from Nord and 2 successes from Simon. All right, so the threshold is 5.
Okay, good. So I got 3, but I
remember you
will
get an extra
then...
success from the Hulker.
Oh, okay. That's perfect because I am going to bid good cop to activate turmoil in philosophy and get the extra 2 successes. So
all right, what do you say to turmoil his philosophy?
Look, it sounds like we're all on the same side, so it's better we know what we're getting ourselves into before we fully commit to this.
I'm on no side. I'm not on your side. I'm on the side of the dim.
Dim?
And I'll get there. I'll escape this plane.
Oh,
I'll
so
find
you want...
her. I'll find Dario. I'll find her.
We'll help you do that, buddy. I think we can do that. At least a little bit.
Now,
These
what is the
people are-
question? What is the question you guys had asked?
Why are the cultists calling out the name of Areshka gal?
Nord continue. As just
Oh,
keep
no,
that in mind.
I just wanted to say we'll help you do that, buddy. Tell us what you
Eris
need.
Kagel, the first queen of the earth, of all this. She was betrayed. Her sister, they say. He kind of looks down. You can tell, since you got a clean success, he's not actually entirely certain. Nord, you knowing William Tibbets, he's lost his mind. You've seen this kind of stuff before. He's not feral, but the guy is lost. Like,
Sure.
he is fucking crazy.
Are
Now-
you afraid of Lady? Are you afraid of Lady Callie?
I spit on her.
Yeah.
I fart in her general direction.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna do. I mean, I think.
Well,
She is-
hopefully we'll kill her.
She is a mortal who wishes to be immortal.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna stop her from doing that. So I'm sure that the person you're searching for would absolutely agree with us in preventing that from happening.
As he kind of nods in agreement, like you're just telling him what he wants to hear, as he turns back to Leah, Erishkago, they chant her name as a warning to her that Levas will arrive soon. The usurper, the dark dreamer, the one who attempted to claim this realm as her own. She was strung up, pierced 3 times, left in pain and turmoil. As you
Yeah.
guys hear a scream echo from down below.
Well, I don't think we should hesitate.
William
You got a job to do.
smiles big. It has begun.
Yeah.
What do you wish me to do? So
let's go
he is a
finish it.
he's a notable NPC. You can bid him once. If you want him to be narrative, you get 3 bids for him. But remember, if he's narrative, that means his decisions are his own and it affects your whole story. Right now, he is a notable NPC, which means you
We've
have 1
ran
bid.
into him like 3 times.
It's up to you all.
Good.
It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
dangerous if he's narrative, but he's a part of the story.
So,
think-
what do you guys want to do?
Do we have to
But
make that decision now?
Right now. I mean, you can make it later too, as it changes.
Going to do high or low? Well,
No, you got to make a decision.
No. I think he should stay notable.
Yeah,
It's-
I think that's
that's
probably
right.
wise.
All right, that's a majority vote. He is a notable NPC. Do you want to bid William Tibbets to do something for you,
I
or
think
wait on it?
I think we should assess the situation, but do you think William? Do you think you could rip the top of this cooler off and throw it in the lake when we get there? Not now, but
He takes
at
like a
the right
step
moment?
forward until you say that with a confidence. Of course.
Yeah.
What is this? This thing? This cooler? It's nothing
It's
to me.
cold. if you don't like cold, yeah, I would run after
The
that.
cold means nothing to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I am more powerful as he like raises his hands and starts shouting. Than all creatures.
good.
No.
Well, I mean, I think that's. Should we?
I
Do
will
something?
escape this realm and find her.
Yeah, I think we'll help you do that.
He stalks forward at you quickly, grabs you by the collar of your shirt, and lifts you off the ground. You feel your clothes starting to stretch and buckle and rip. Do you believe me?
Absolutely, 100%. Like you got as somebody who agrees and believes exactly what you say. You are incredible.
What do you bid?
Be powerful. I am gonna bid. Well, I've talked myself out of him like killing me twice now.
Yep.
It worked in the past.
Yep, you don't need to throw down at all. As you do what you need to do, he drops you.
Let's go. Let's go do this thing. Tony, Simon,
Actions on you
Leah,
guys.
Mariah.
I'll start to
Should
pick
we
up
just- Should we just stay up here and have him do that? I mean, is that would that be wrong? Just having him run down there, rip off the thing, and throw it in, or should we give him a distraction?
No, we need to be there to confirm what happens.
Okay. Well, let's go to the lake.
I need a fate roll really fast. Who wants to be fortune? Who wants to be false fortune?
I'll be fortune.
I shall be false fortune.
All right. This is called the Toll 3. There was a horrible sound of someone getting hurt below. Was that Toll 1 of 3? Or was it just someone getting hurt? That's the false fortune and fortune. All right. Roll it. Obviously, at 3 tolls, the ritual is complete.
That's pretty impressive. 85.
41.
All right. As Leah, you were fortune, yep.
Yes.
You hear another yelp, but a fighting yelp, as someone is being attached to something.
Maybe we should hurry this up, guys.
ad
Should we
break is
bid
ended.
to get down there quickly?
I mean, that's completely up to you.
I feel like we should bid to get down there quickly.
All right, we are in rounds. Okay, so world action is that. We'll say that it is the player turn since all that stuff would have happened. Yeah. Actions on all of you. If you want to get down quickly, if you want to be stealthy about it, if you were to walk carefully in this slippery weather, cold, your hands are numb, the kind of cold where like you hit your hand and it just fucking hurts. Your toes are probably frozen right now, like you're like flexing them to maintain the heat and the feeling. If you were to walk normally, it would take you about 10 minutes to get down to the bottom. If you were to run and be a little bit more reckless, you could get down there in like 3 or 4 minutes.
How slippery is it?
It's within the forest, so mildly. It's not too bad. And once you get down to the stone where it's actually hewn, it's not too bad. It's just easily mishapped. So ergo, there will be a chaos die if you have to roll. Like you're not like walking on algae or anything.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Actions on you guys.
I'm going.
Yeah, good.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna bid calm. To carry this down there as quick as possible.
So you're going to carry it?
without-
Yep.
Well,
Leah
my
is
half of
also
it, yeah.
carrying it.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow along with them and say, why don't I go down ahead, scout it out, and maybe I'll give you a some kind of bird signal or something. You know, I'll give you a I'll shoot my gun off or something to get everybody to look the other way.
Well, I wouldn't shoot your gun off, but like, isn't it still a straight line of sight?
What?
Isn't it a straight line of sight?
What do you mean?
Like down the path. So once you get to the end of the path, can't we still see you? So
No,
we
it's
can see
it's
them?
wrapping around the bowl of this valley.
Well,
This
it's-
valley.
Okay.
It's I was
Yeah,
thinking maybe I'll
imagine a
take
lake. Imagine a lake, like kind of a man-made lake, and then it's sloped all towards it.
I'll
So you
take
guys are
the-
on the ridge that comes down, and
I'll
it
take
wraps around.
I'll climb down. I'll climb down the side of the steep part and maybe cut off at the pass and see if anybody's in immediate danger and if I can do anything to affect the scene down there while you guys carry out the ice plan. In fact, maybe I should bring William and maybe I should bring Leah with me.
Box.
You guys, Tony and Simon could take the box and throw it in there, and we could climb down. I know, Leah, you can.
I thought we were gonna have
Parkour.
Liam throw it in there.
Yeah, well, okay, whatever you feel is best. I feel like I need to get down there and put some eyes on, see if I can affect the situation from the middle of it.
Well, if you want
Maybe
to have
just-
Liam go with you and carry the box himself.
Well, I think somebody should. No, I think you guys should carry the box down and throw it in, and maybe William can get it further out. And I'll just go alone. Maybe, I don't know. Tony could come with me, or Leah. Why don't you come with me?
Yeah,
We'll create a diversion.
let's do something really stupid to draw their attention to us.
Yeah, I think that sounds like something we should do. What do you guys think? Can you climb?
Me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bid parkour.
Parkour.
And start making climbing down the side of this mountain,
Oh, you're going down the steep grade.
the steep grade.
All right, as Nord leaps, Sailorman dives into the abyss. Goes the flutter of foliage. We'll get to him in a second. The rest of you are left there with a vampire.
Is Tony going with him?
Tony, are you going?
I'm going with Nord.
All right. What do you bid to leap off the side of a mountain into the into the foliage? It's like a grade like this.
I will bid.
We got to get there now. I love it.
Yeah, I will bid.
Catherine style.
I will bid Frodo Baggins.
What the hell? What?
That was a trait that William gave to
All right.
Tony.
How does Frodo Baggins how does that apply?
You see, Tony is not wearing a ring, but he'd like to. With one ring.
Ooh.
And he feels it's in this direction.
Tony,
Or in this case, the one book.
indeed, Tony, as you delve directly into it, make a sanity roll. You hear in your mind, Ereshkigal, Ereshkigal, Ereshkigal. You see in your mind's eye, deep underwater, a stone statue, similar to the one with the bowl that you kept on dipping your finger into.
One success.
You are not lost, although you do gain a derangement. You can mark that derangement on your sheet. Past the statue, deep within this underwater temple, you find your mind's eye going like a sunken pyramid until you find a room. And what is in that room? What you desire. And it goes white as you leap into the forest after Nord. What was the derangement you picked? Or that you added to?
I don't know. You just gave it to me.
Yeah. So you have 6 different derangements, which is the one that you have already checked off.
Yeah, I'm going to take one in attention.
Okay. How many boxes do you have attached?
I got one in that.
Okay. As your attention is captured by this a little bit. Okay, we'll get to you guys in a second as you leapt off the side of a cliff. Simon, Leah, and Mariah, and the vampire. What are y'all doing?
I'd bid calm already too.
Yep, and you're starting to move?
Yep.
Yeah,
Leah?
and Leah, I'm gonna bid soldier.
Okay, you
get
switch
the soldier
arms.
on.
And you guys start marching down. You guys are slow with this box. Even though you bid, it's still going to take you a little bit of time to get down there, a good 10 minutes. As you start marching down, the vampire walks beside you, looking over every so often. It's hard to tell what is on his mind, but you do notice he's looking at your necks and Mariah's neck too.
So, what did Marcus do to betray Ereshkigal?
He looks over at you. He was an acolyte of her, and he turned away.
When did this happen?
He spits in kind of a fit of rage for a moment. I don't know, woman. I don't take account of your foolish idea of time. And he kind of like turns his nose up.
You know who Marcus was to me, yes?
A slow turn and a horrible, cruel smile. Simon, you sense this from a mile away. William Tibbets is going to try and hurt her emotionally.
No.
Oh, who was he? Someone special to you?
He's my husband.
He was my dad. As you see William Tibbets just eating it up, his eyes engorged.
It's Colin Robinson.
Oh, you weren't his only daughter. As you see Mariah kind of look at him, her mouth drops. As he looks over at you. And you weren't his only thing. You can make a reaction roll for mind as he is mind dominating you. Simon, you see, it's weird. You heard a part of their conversation. Leah said, who? And then sort of trailed off. Mariah kind of just looked up, her mouth opened and then stopped. As you see William Tibbets mouthing but nothing's coming out. And they're just kind of looking at him like in a daze. As his eyes are just not blinking, like it's pretty obvious that he's mind gooing them.
So, first of all, that's 3 successes, but just because I want to get the extra pizzazz in there, I'm going to bid my flaw sociopath to activate counterpoint, which gives me an extra success.
So that's 4?
And yeah, and snap back
Whoa,
and say,
we haven't said the threshold yet.
oh, okay, fair enough.
Hey, Nord, will you roll me a d10? Tony, will you roll me a d8? The Bodef has 3. How many successes did you guys get?
1.
Okay, so 4.
I'm going to, as I notice them zoning out, I'm going to tug on the cooler.
Yep.
To jar it, and I'm going to give her my mind die, which is D6.
Okay, you get a d6. So you're at a threshold 4.
Yeah. There we go. So that's an extra success. So that's 5.
So what do you get? 5 clean success. I'm going to give you a chaos die because Mariah is involved. Will you roll me a d6?
Yeah. That's a 4.
You get a narrative point as it is 2 above the threshold. You snap 2 as you see Mariah starting to cry as he's just eating it up. As he's like, what? And you actually will hear what he's saying as he's saying, I want you to kill your mother, and then I will tell you all the secrets, and you'll have immortality too, reigning with me in another dimension. And she's like, another dimension? What's that?
Leah will temporarily ignore that. Wow, that'd be pretty impressive for Marcus, considering he's only been here a couple years. But hey, I guess everyone gets around sometimes. I mean, you, for instance, I bet you get around a lot, don't you?
He screws up his face as the spell is broken. He kind of like, you see the muscles in his neck tense as Mariah snaps out of it. Simon has tugged on the cooler, bringing you even further to your senses, Leah, as you realize his hold over you is over. You're stronger than I thought.
I mean, I did do this professionally, even if I didn't deal with your sort exactly.
Give me the cooler. I can carry it much faster than your mortal muscles can. As he sort of snorts.
Mariah, hop onto my back.
As she just...
And I'll like grip her hand, her arm or whatnot, and just kind of hold on to it. Like, not as a compassionate,
like a reassurance.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yep. You guys let him have the cooler or no?
Yeah, Leah will jangle a little bit. Here you go.
I think we're close enough. If you just want to run this, pop the top of it and throw it in.
I'll run it.
Okay.
As he walks over and picks it up with one hand, as he looks down at you both. See how powerful I am.
Oh, yes. You're so strong.
As he takes off down the way. Okay. Fate roll.
No.
Oh, I want to look at Leah and be like, let's hold back a little bit. How big was the explosion from the truck?
It was pretty good, yeah.
It
Whose
didn't.
fortune? Go on, sorry.
It didn't get the whole cab. Like we weren't touching the back, but it didn't get me and Mariah. But it got the back side on this side, and I guess it filled up the whole truck, right?
Yeah.
But that's contained, so.
Whose fortune? Whose false fortune? This would be Tony and Nord. Although this actually has more to do with you guys.
I think it has more than. I don't like rolling against a Tony.
Against yourself. Oh, indeed.
I would be
All right.
fortune.
All right, your false fortune. Here are the stakes. False fortune. William Tibbets runs with this big box and it blows up before he gets there. Which should just be funny. Fortune, he actually does make it down there without it exploding. And then we have the scene which will happen. So this has to do with, does he jostle it enough to where the potato falls out and all hell breaks loose? This is simply, do you all get fucked for your plan or not? All right, roll it.
Probably.
$51.
Oh fuck! I got 51.
Wait, how much you get?
I've spent a lot of proficiencies.
I'll spend a proficiency to reroll it.
Probably a good idea. As you see this blue light, what the fuck? The potato falls out.
Tell me about the potato.
Oh, no.
Nope. You might as well not roll and just spend another proficiency.
Oh God, what'd you get?
What'd you?
A 93.
Well,
43.
Ooh, the potato. You actually, Leah, you note that Mariah's holding the potato. Did you need this?
she's like eating it.
If anyone's got more proficiencies, I'm more or less out. But
I
I got
Jimmy.
a couple. Yeah, I got a couple. So I'll give you one. We'll do another one.
Oh shit. All right. Dude is fucking goner.
What'd you get?
83.
I got a 15.
Ooh.
Drop another proficiency.
Oh, one more, I guess. All right.
Yeah,
William
yeah.
Tibbets
One
is.
last time. This is
Does
it.
he trip on the one route?
The one.
I'm the best. I'm the oh shit.
If he'd only known how much we've saved his ass. Okay, well you beat me this time.
I got an 88.
I got an 18.
All right. As you don't see, actually, we'll say that you guys spent a lot. You see, in fact, Mariah, she jumps on your shoulders, Simon, as you reassure her. She's cold just from being on the cooler. Leah, you see William Tibbets running, laughing down, almost slipping once as you both of you kind of freeze for a second, tense up. As he rounds the corner, trips over a root, but catches himself. I'm the best. As he runs down, as Mariah goes, did you need this? As she's holding the potato. There's this moment of, thankfully though, William Tibbets has already reached the bottom. Switching over to Nord and Tony. Nord, you leap off a cliff. Bidding what?
Hardcore.
Oh, no.
It seems like a good idea at the time, but having had quite a bit of time to rethink, I feel like not one of the smoother moves I've
bidding parkour. You're like, parkour! You slam into one of the trees It turns out skiing downhill, hitting a tree sucks. You are whipped in the face. Tell me, how do you make it down this hill without getting a punctured lung?
Well, I feel like anybody who's done parkour, they realize they know the terrain. So having made this completely inebriated attempt, like as soon as he jumped out, I think he like just scared the shit out of himself, and he's looking
Oh no!
land, not get down the mountain, but just, you know, he's rethunk his whole ordeal here. What he decided.
As
So,
the pine
having-
needles whap 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 whap
Yeah.
whap.
I think he's gonna try and hope for the best and maybe grab onto something, having had this ability to not run and jump and flip and style down the side of this mountain, but just to stop at some point. You know how those people, they jump off onto so he's just looking for like a little catch.
You just squirrel
limb,
it. I get it. Okay, so
just to
here's the deal.
stop.
Here's the deal. As you leap and you start, your feet hit the ground. Pine branches slapping you in the face. It hurts. You do a couple tumbles. You are able to stop. The question is, how much damage do you take? So we're going to say it's 4 damage. Go ahead and throw down whichever aspect makes sense. How many ever successes you get negates that damage. So you could negate all of the damage.
A grace.
Okay. Go ahead and throw down your
Grace.
action and your grace.
Try and catch
And you are negating damage.
my insanity.
Yep.
That is 2 successes.
Yep.
So that means that I negate 2 damage.
Yep. So you take 2 damage. As you land, you see Tony soar over you. Totally with reckless abandon. Tony, you bid Frodo Baggins?
Yes.
As you're like, for Frodo! You hear Nord as he tumbles past
Somebody
you
went away.
through the bush.
If you turn off the screen. Oh, shit.
Tony, are you attempting to stop or are you just rolling down the hill?
Oh, I'm rolling down the hill.
All right, you take 4 damage as you. The scene, we briefly montage. Nord, you hear. Nord, you're about halfway down, holding on, cut up a little bit, you know, like from branches and such. You hear the din of Tony crashing down to the bottom as you hear, oh, from a bunch of people. What are you doing, Nord?
I'm going to climb down. Actually, I'm just going to stay where I'm at for a minute.
As you stay where you're at, Tony, you appear sprawled out on your coccyx. It hurts, on stone. Before you, you see the lake. Around the lake, you can count quickly. There are 12 acolytes, all in fur skins, random animals. One dude has an elk, several have reindeer, some have different animals that have antlers and shit.
I would like to use a pip to say that I still have that dumb wolf costume on that they gave me.
You definitely do.
Well, you don't need to use a pip to do that. I thought that you just
You
had
already
it.
had
We
it
said
on.
you had it earlier.
Yeah, but after
Yeah, do you
all,
want to? Indeed, I like where his mind is going. We'll
Okay.
say that it is unadulterated. We'll say that with the pip, you also have the little staff thing. You remember the cudgel that they
Yeah.
all had,
Nice.
and it is not ripped or torn and that kind of stuff, or it's intact. You land on your coccyx. It hurts. You see the 12 acolytes rising up from the center of this lake, you see the head of the statue that was in your dream. At the far end, where the temple part is, the sort of a facade of a temple that is glowing with red cuneiform runes that's spreading, not fully, but it's spreading. You see Lady Callie holding up both hands. She has this ornate headdress. Her visage is going from young to old, almost like strobe lights. You see to her left and right a few other acolytes. One you recognize as Loretta Lavon, the woman who Leah hates. The other, John DuPont. At their feet, kneeling in front of them, are two people, two men, as they slit their throats. They are willfully being sacrificed. As their blood goes everywhere, they struggle, they go into the pond. And you notice the pond is, or lake, whatever, is filled with this dark ichor of blood as they've been sacrificing. Your eyes in horror see the bodies as they just pick up the bodies that are dead and throw them off to the side. There's a mountain of them, perhaps 20 they've been sacrificing for a while. You also notice next to you, almost embalmed bodies laying there in a certain fixture, cold, that suddenly reminds you, there's two of them specifically, they have writing all over them, of the woman in the box truck. As in the woman that woke up. Action's on you, Tony. A few of these people turn. Oh! What do you do?
I stand up. And I
You
give a
do.
speech.
You do.
Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by this son of York. And all the clouds that lured upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried, now our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds, to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, not made to court an amorous looking glass, I, that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty to strut before a wanton ambling nymph, I, that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by disassembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them.
What do you bid? Also, do you know what that's actually saying? Continue. Well, so do you have a twig, like a limb, actually stuck in your ass from the 4 damage as you kind of limp up?
Yeah.
What do you bid?
I bid convinced.
As you say that, a few of the occultists kind of chuckle. A lot of them don't know what you just said. Like, you just spat a bunch of Shakespeare at them, and they're like, and they look over at Lady Callie, who is holding her hands up after these two people have been murdered, and she's looking at you. You have stalled them for a second, effectively. You will gain a narrative point.
Nice.
It's at that moment you hear top, 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 top. I'm the best. Top, 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 top. Running down the hill. The action, however, on the player characters. Simon, Leah, and Nord. What are you guys doing?
I guess I'm gonna pop that pill that I made.
Made?
Because-
Oh no.
It seemed like the right thing to do at the time. My little Nevidibleko. I totally murdered the way to pronounce that.
What does it do?
It makes me turn invisible.
Yeah. As you eat this pill, it tastes like an Altoid and something chemical to boot. As you hear Richard III being quoth from down below. Leah and Simon?
Yeah, Leah's just like, all right, I guess we're going down there now.
Remember,
Do you
let's
go down there?
advance.
Yes.
Let's advance, but not too close, because we've got to wait till after the explosion goes off.
So you guys hold on. You notice, actually you don't notice, Nord, we need a chaos roll.
Yeah, I saw that comment.
De Blesso.
Nevidbleko. Is that Blesso? Nevidbleko?
Esperanto is a C and S, Holker?
Depends on the C.
Does it have a circumflex on it?
Then I think it's a ch.
Yeah, I think a K is a K and a C is an S.
Okay.
So, regardless.
You need to roll some dice?
Oh yeah, we need a dice roll.
You want me to read what it does?
Yes.
Okay. The Burk who drinks it is invisible for about 1 hour. The issue is, it doesn't always work. It's a crapshoot. To find out what happens upon drinking, roll 1d6 to decide on 1. Only the Burk's skin becomes invisible. 2. They become really difficult to see, easy to overlook, but not invisible. 3. Simply fade out of the natural and inadvertently swim closer to another realm, a darker, more dangerous realm. 4. They think they're invisible and everyone plays along as a joke, but they're not invisible. And on the 5 or 6, the Burk becomes invisible. That's really a crapshoot.
Harry Buncombe gave us the Leviathan. And join us in our watery grieve, okay? Yeah. So before you roll that, we need a minor, mild, moderate, severe, or major side effect. This, I want to say, had a side effect of mild, unless you were able to deflect that with your roll.
I didn't see the side effects. I think I copied the whole thing, but there could be side effects. I'd have to.
Yeah, when you brew it, there should be a mild side effect. So you need to roll a D12. This is all in the DreadLore Corebook, by the way, for anyone who's listening. Which the digital version is free on. Go to dreadlore.com and you'll find everything. It's page 199.
Yeah, thanks. It's found on 2 pages. I wonder why it didn't. Oh, there it is.
Because it's in the mix. It's not actually in the item itself.
I think the side effects aren't. I don't think there are any other side effects than what the dice says.
Oh, well, roll anyway. I want to see what it is.
Oh, roll the D12.
Yeah, roll a D12. None of them
The
really that
D12
bad.
is a 9.
They're just fun.
I rolled a 9.
Odd colored skin and waist.
And then I rolled a 6.
All right.
So I'm
So what does the
invisible.
6 do? So you are invisible.
I am literally invisible.
As your skin disappears, and for a moment, you can see what you really are, Nord. As you become invisible, and your skin turns bluish, if you could see it, and your waist, your shit becomes blue. You shit Smurf shit
Oof.
for at least a week, as you are invisible.
That is wonderful. My clothes become invisible, or do I need to take my clothes off?
That's a good question.
Can I spend
Fate
a narrative
roll.
point saying that my clothes?
Do you want to do narrative points? All right, do it. Narrative point, and your clothes also become invisible. All right. Tony, you see a vampire holding a large cooler, like 200 pounds worth, run down the path, yelling, "I'm the best! I'm the best!" as there's this like plume of smoke going out the back of it where the potato was. As he runs out, the acolytes all turn. This is all world action. And now the antagonists go, Tony, you're the only one that could act. If you want to spend cunning, you can.
I would like to spend on cunning.
The thing is, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's true.
As you could spend cunning and technically go.
Well, I wanted to spend cunning because Tony.
Sure.
I'm worried about Tony.
So that's the world action. The acolytes are about to do something to the vampire. Who spends cunning?
I want to say it too. Like I can't really do anything, but I do want to say that this whole scene is making me think of that one Orokai in Two Towers who has like the torch.
Bring him down like us. Yeah. All right, we got about 15 minutes left in this scene. I know it's kind of going late for everybody. After about 15, we'll be done. Nord, what do you do? You spent cunning. Anyone else dropping cunning? 5, 4, 3. Okay, Nord, it's on you.
I want to run down to the beach.
The beach?
Where Tony is.
Oh, the lake. Okay.
The lake. I want to run down to where the lake is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned about the person that was screaming.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you can get down there. You will take damage on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be halved. Roll a d4.
That's 1.
Okay, so you take 1 plot armor. As you get down there quickly, you don't have to bid, but you do take that plot armor just because it's difficult goings. You are invisible as you appear. Well, you erupt from the foliage. No one seems to notice because there's a lot going on down here. Action is on you. You see Tony. You see Willem. You see exactly what I described before.
And I see Lady Callie. Where is she?
She's on the far end, which is about a football field away.
Yeah. Well,
a little bit less, about 80 yards.
If nobody's immediately next to her, I'm going to start running.
Okay,
I see
you
Willem.
cannot get to her in that time.
I see. Is Willem about to throw that thing?
Looks like it. He's moving very quickly.
All right. I'm going to go for Tony and try and grab Tony and pull him back.
Tony,
away from the water.
Hands around you suddenly grab you and pull you back into the forest. Do you resist?
Tony. Yes. What?
Me, Tony. Just go with it.
Where are you?
I'm invisible.
You hear the voices say of the demons.
I can't see you. Oh wait. Yeah. Sure.
All right.
I am a demon.
He gives in. There's a point where you wonder, has this happened before? All right.
Go with it.
The vampire runs forward, and we have a fate roll. Leah and Simon. Who's fortune, who's false fortune?
I'm fortune.
Okay.
Okay. Here are the stakes. Does the vampire make it or not? They absolutely have a way to stop that vampire. So, does it happen or not? Does he launch the cooler or is he stopped in his tracks? Go.
80 on the dot.
Nice. Because I have 76.
Yeah.
Whoa.
As he runs up, you see Loretta Levon hold up her hand covered in blood as she cuts her hand again. Stop, creature of Craster! As you see William Tibbets stop, rigid, in pain, but his momentum is too great. As the cooler goes sploosh into the water. An explosion of ice. Nord, what do you bid to get really far away with Tony? And Tony, do you do anything or are you just taking it?
I am going
Let
to
me frame this really
bid-
quick. All of you, the breath in your lungs freezes for a moment. You will all cough up blood regardless.
So
Those of you nearby,
are there walls on the way down? So like, can I go get down and us get behind
yeah.
cover?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna do.
Leah also
capillaries
does
will
the
burst.
same.
Huh? What do you guys
Leah
bid?
also does. Actually, I'm gonna bid. Cloak and dagger. 2. Now this is gonna be the funny part. I'm going to actually pull Mariah close to me and wrap her and myself up in the cloak.
Oh, I like it. As you cloak yourself in this fur, you will be protected. 100%.
And I'm bidding evasive, so I'm trying to duck down up against the wall where the explosion, so it'll hopefully go over top.
Yep, as a big icy sickle, a sheet. What about you, Nord and Tony?
I'm gonna bid cat-like reflex, and then to because we're both Tony and I are wearing those cloaks,
Mm-hmm.
so we're gonna be
The fur
face to face, the first close,
Yeah,
face
you are.
to face, and we're really intimate. So I'm gonna use Tony's Tony's warmth and my warmth. Just go with it, Tony. Just go with it.
All right.
That's your face to nothing, actually.
So we're gonna give you. We're gonna have 2 traits that you guys can decide which one of you has, as in which one of you has which. One is just go with it. No. One is everyone's a little gay. That's the first.
It's true.
The second was I am gay. No, I'm kidding. The second was intimate friendship. So you guys get to choose who has whichever one you want.
I bet I'm 100% sure that Nord is absolutely bi. There's no question
Right.
about that.
Nord
So
has
a little gay.
Everybody's a little gay. Tony, you have intimate friendship as you guys share a kiss. Your legs touch, the hair on your knees rubs against each
Friendship.
other.
Friendship
It's
of the
actually
thighs.
You know, is it uncomfortable? Probably. Nord's breath is bad. He's been on cocaine and all sorts of things.
Can't even see him. The fact that he can't even see him either probably makes it even more weird.
He's totally invisible too.
It's like
This is just beyond weird. Tony, you've always felt like there's something else in the universe, something unseen, lying in your bed at night, wondering if God is listening. Turns out maybe he was.
I'm your guardian angel, baby.
Oh God.
I say that's okay, and I turn around and make sure he's.
Wait, what do you do?
No, I put him in front of me. So if those cultists are coming towards me, he's gonna guard me.
Oh, I thought you gave him the ass. Listen, there's no problem with it. Cheers.
Everybody's a little gay for sure.
Everybody's a little gay. Listen, when the occultist attack, and you got the fur on in the woods, Harry Bunkin says, "I've always felt something, you know, a lot of times on my butt or my chin. It's so odd. I see nothing, yet I know it's there."
No, what? No.
I'm trying to keep him warm in the cold. I know what's coming. Like I put the plan in place, and then like
I bet you know what's coming.
Yeah, you know what's coming.
Like
I bet you know what's coming.
Before.
Oh, it's about to go dark. Anyway, no, it's a loving moment. You guys have. I think I there's no threshold. You just win. Okay. As the freezer burn occurs, you guys are stuck together in your little fur hut on the side of this hill. The action is on Simon and Leah, as you're the only ones that can act at present. Go. You don't know what happened.
Hopefully that froze them all. Let's go and go slow.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Mariah, you stay real close behind me.
Okay.
And
she's on Simon's shoulders. You notice that the top part of her head, like the hair, is icicles.
that went off a little better than I expected.
Hopefully this has frozen them all, and we can just end what we have to end and not worry about the rest.
I'm not sure it'll be that simple, but here's for hoping. And we move around the wall and stuff towards the cultists.
I pull out my revolver and start and head down
As you guys
slow. Gun
as you
at
guys
the
head
ready.
down slow. It's about this time, Nord, you and Tony are able to break free of the fur icy coffin. Nord, you're still obviously invisible. You guys are 20, 30 feet up the hill. All the trees are completely still. It is the winter wonderland everywhere. Everything is completely still, frozen in time. As Leah and Simon, you come down, you see these 12 acolytes turned away from the pond. Icicles, like training off of them. It's a beautiful sight. You see William Tibbets twisted around himself, frozen. He's wound up like you would wring out a rag. Blood pooling in the ice, dripping down. His eyes still moving, trapped in this stasis. You notice in the center, or near the center of the pond, the cooler, stuck in the ice, completely frozen. About tits high is this statue, holding out its hands. You also noticed Lady Callie and Loretta Levon are not there. However, John DuPont, half of him is frozen. The other half, he's holding up. He's holding up this part of his blanket, his cloak, as he and he screams at the frostbite and such. And it's the only sound that echoes in this frozen tomb of a place. You guys notice the ice below it. There's a bubbling. There's something down there that's not frozen. Actions on you all. Last scene.
Leah, do you want him or
Leah's not even paying attention. Leah, she's gonna immediately outbid precise and pull up my pistol and take aim and shoot at DuPont.
Okay, you're about a football field away. You're gonna do it?
That's why I'm bidding precise. Yeah.
All right.
And
you
I'll
can
also build...
aim if you want. If you aim, you get a D6 on top of that.
What is the mechanic for aiming?
So aiming is it takes you a turn, and you guys are not in rounds, so you can just kind of do it. It takes you time. Yeah, it takes you a turn, and you gain a D6 on top of it. And then if you gain the ability, that D6 becomes higher of a die type.
Gotcha. Okay, well...
It would be something that Leah should get, actually. That's a good ability
Leah...
for her.
Okay, so do you want me to just, like, put it on there? Or, I don't know.
No, you haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Gotcha. So, yes, I will aim, but, I am bidding Masad to activate Master at Arms, which automatically gives me an extra 2 successes.
Nice. Go ahead and throw down. The threshold to hit him normally, he can't react, so it's just going to be distance. It's pretty hard to hit someone at that distance. We're going to say it's a threshold 3. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. As Simon, you see Leah coolly pull out her pistol, hold it, aim.
Well, I guess that answers our question. Mariah, let's look and see if we can see Nord or Tony over this way. And I turn around.
There's Tony right there. Where's Nord? Oh no, what happened to Nord?
Oh wait, what am I doing? Never mind, why did I even do that? I'm dumb. I already had 2 successes and you said the threshold was 3, so I have 4 successes. So why did I even... Anyway, I have 4 successes. I'm redoing my... Yeah.
Redo your stuff? Totally cool. Roll thy damage. Wait, question. Are you going for the head?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a d6 chaos die.
5.
5, nice. So that's an extra success. Called shots either get a chaos die or it's an extra threshold. All right. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And these are, this would be one of the rune rounds as well.
Okay. So roll your damage. Remember the difference. So it's threshold 3. If you beat it by 2, you get an extra 2 on top of everything. Should be 2d4 plus 3 then. Or no, plus 4.
2d4, yeah.
Yeah. And because you're going for the head, you get an extra 4 on top of it. So 2d4 plus 8.
So that's a total of 12 damage.
How do you do this?
You said half his body is basically frozen?
Yep.
Does that include his head as well?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's even kind of more dramatic, but fascinating at the same time. Okay, so,
Are you guys watching this? Nord, I love it.
So you'll see his head actually obviously it'll explode and snap back, right? But the half of his neck that's frozen cracks, and the half of his neck that's not frozen is still sort of like rubber band like, for lack of a better way to put it. So his head explodes and snaps, but then it sort of like dangles off and hangs on his side of his neck.
As he bobbleheads, his head explodes. That is gruesome. You're a bad person. All right. Actions on the rest of you. As you have murdered John DuPont. He did.
Okay, so I'll Tony's, is he still frozen?
No, he's
Okay.
busted out.
Oh, I'm walking over to him just to kind of get Mariah not to look. Yeah, that does look like Tony. Why is he standing so still?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, okay.
Mariah runs up. She runs up to you, but she actually hugs Nord's legs. What the fuck? I can't get to you. There's a force field. She looks back up at you, Simon.
It's not a force
There's
field.
a weird force field. As she's like
It's a
feeling
Nord
your
field.
ass.
Get out of there.
Ah!
No one can hear me too? Is that what's happening?
Where's that noise coming from? It sounds like Nord.
It's a Nord field.
Actions on you guys.
I'm gonna run. Okay, guys. Try not to shoot at me. I'm gonna try and find Lady Callie. She's disappeared, and I'm gonna run to where I last saw Lady Callie.
You don't know where that is?
Is there?
She was standing
activity?
at the end of the pond.
Yeah, I'll run towards that.
All right,
Guys, follow me.
You guys hear slip.
To where?
This way.
Distant, moving away from you. What are you guys doing? 5, 4. Tell me. 3. A 2.
I guess I'll start looking through to see if I can see anybody. Like, I'm just walking around the people who are frozen, kind of to see if I can tell if there's anybody of threat or anybody that I recognize out of these.
So,
out of them.
What do you bid as you do this?
I'm gonna bid detective because I'm basically assessing the scene. I'm looking to see if there are any of the important people, or if anybody looks like they're about to fall out, or they're not completely frozen, or can cause us harm.
Bidding detective, you look around. You notice the acolytes all seem frozen in place. Probably flash frozen. Likely dead. If they're not dead, they're dying.
Okay.
Bidding detective, you note, since you're at the pond, there's something bubbling underneath. There's air maybe down there. As you can kind of see now that there's ice, it's completely frozen. It's actually clear. You see the statue is nearly up. You can't really tell how far down it is. There's an entrance to an underwater temple down there. There's some light pouring out. Someone is down there. You also see movement of a shadow. As a claw, webbed finger on the side of the door. As you see what in the warble looks like a giant hulking sea creature with arms and legs, like from the 50s. Bulbous eyes you can maybe, Simon, you shake your head, wondering, is it just shadow? Because it kind of looks like shadow in the murk. Actions on you guys.
It looks like there was some sort of temple underwater. Maybe that temple entrance over there goes down and under the water.
Nord, you get to where Lady Callie was. You see there's this ice emplacement where she was, and then a burn mark. And there's a gnarly cuneiform symbol burned into the stone.
Can I read it?
What do you bid?
I will bid Child of the World, which is my languages. Or I could bid Sumerian, which is more specific.
It's up to you. Which one?
Or hieroglyphics. I'm going to go with, because it's one of those. I'll go with Child of the World, I guess.
Looking down, you cannot read it. It's not a language you've seen, or it's not a language you know. As you realize, it's a language you have seen in Grimwald's book. This is a language from elsewhere. It is a magical rune. You get a sense of it. You smell ginger and burning. It's a rune of escape. She
Take a photo.
used magic, apparently. Okay. Do you step into the rune circle?
No, I pull my camera out and I take a photo.
You do. Tony, one of the bodies starts to twitch beneath the ice. There were two bodies that were held in like a weird state that kind of reminded you of the previous woman who awoken. They twitch and jerk, kick, as those two dead people are starting to rise.
I take my gun out and I shoot it.
And that's where we're going to end. As Tony walks up, pulls out his gun, boom, and shoots this body. As the other one leaps up, howling. All right. That's it. Anyone get goals?
Is it possible to get two?
Yet.
Yeah, of course.
Because I got one.
If you got a major and a minor, yeah.
No, I got a minor goal. My minor goal was to find who lives in the hut, and then I wrote another one down, put ice in lake. Right.
You can only have one minor goal and one major goal at a time.
Okay.
Unless you have the specific perk that allows you to have more than one.
Well, I think what he's saying was he got his first minor goal and then he wrote a new one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I wrote another
100%. Yep, you get both of those then. Well done, sir. So you get 2 XP, 2 pips, 2 cunning back, and 2 breath back. Hulker, will you mark down 2 goals?
That puts us at 33.
33? Okay. Anyone else get goals?
No.
I had wrote down protect Mariah. Does that count? Or
it does. Absolutely. Okay. Was it a major or minor?
Minor. Just because it was, I knew we were going into a tough situation. So
mark that down, Hulker. That means 1 cunning, 1 breath, 1 pip, and 1 XP. If you hit 3 XP, you advance. Anyone else?
We also settled the fact that everyone is a little gay.
Everyone's a little gay. All right. So,
or a lot. I mean, you guys just
achieved. You guys just achieved a seminal moment. You realized everyone's a little gay. Seminal moment. You have reached the summoning circle. Everyone gets an advancement.
Ooh.
Whoa.
In the event you're interested, there is the aiming ability. It's called Aim Strong. When you take it, it gives you a D8 instead of a D6. So to aim, it takes you a turn to do. Basically, you'd spend a cunning, you would aim. On the player turn, you'd fire. That kind of thing. Or however you want to do it. You get a D6 extra die for that. If you take Aim Strong, you have to bid it to activate it. It gives you a D8 instead of a D6. The first upgrade gives you a D10. The second upgrade gives you a D12. So the idea is you're really fucking good at aiming and you get a really, really good extra die for aiming. But it costs you a bid and a turn and potentially a cunning. So is it worth it? You would be strategic mechanically for it. So if you want to do that, boom, there you go. Nord, we need to talk about when plans go awry, because we've play tested it quite a bit. It's useful, but the way it's written, it gives you a +2 if you have the upgrades. So basically it has two functions. One, if you fumble, you could say, hey, I just want to make a bid, so you don't have to spend your proficiencies to undo an utter failure. You drop a bid, activate that, you're automatically out of the utter failure, and you get the 2 bonus. That's the benefit of it. So it's like a super benefit.
Okay.
All right. Any questions? Next week, we will be doing Into Space. It will definitely be live and current.
100%.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Not at all.
If something crazy happens, like majorly crazy happens before then, we're going to ignore it.
That's right.
Harry Bumpkin did give Nord a pip too.
Oh, we did. Boom. Nord get a pip.
Nice.
Thank you, Harry Bumpkin.
I'll take that.
So,
thank you.
Here's the announcement. So next week, we're definitely going to be live and everything. We're going to have a little bit of a watch party. You guys can chat with us. We will be playing, of course, Into Space. And also just happen to watch what happens. If you're not getting what I'm saying, that's fine. Just tune in 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to the Twitch channel. But I will definitely be there on the chat talking shit. I wonder if there's a way to do like no, we'll have the Discord open as well. If you want to jump on the Discord, let me know and you can be chatting with us, because for some reason next week we're going to have a lot of free time and the ability to multitask.
It's the future. It's space.
It's the future. It's space. It's the future.
It's our Neuralinks. That's
Indeed.
Space,
yeah.
space is vast.
And this would be very, very good. So for Hulker and Andrea and Drizzle and Nord, in the event you're available, you might jump on and be present for the Into Space.
Into Space.
Harry Bunkin says, I only remember Nord because I'm a walking boner.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, you need character names. Right, so you have Nord. You guys introduce yourselves. Go.
I play a character named Nord, a.k.a. the Walking Boner. Zetterberg.
Who is he?
He's a journalist, but mostly a drug addict. I think cocaine makes you... I mean, that's my experience. I've never done coke in my life, but I've known a lot of people who've done coke. So they get super hypersexual. But I've also heard of a thing called coke dick. So...
Gotta have that coke dick. Andrea, introduce yourself and your character.
Yeah, Andrea Elliott Johnson is my name, and my character is Leah Mizrahi, who is a former IDF soldier and Mossad agent.
And you have a daughter?
I have a daughter, Mariah Mizrahi, and a husband who's probably most likely dead and or a monster.
Yeah.
You know, get that.
Simon?
Get that.
I'm Simon Vincent, a hard-boiled detective who is gonna have to face some stuff soon.
Hulk.
I am Tony Cherniak, and I'm a border guard, former priest, and now probably going to be suspended from his job for like 3 days after this all comes out.
At least.
No.
At least.
So that is the cast. Hey, thank you to everyone who's on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Please.
Patreon.com/DreadLore if you want to jump on that. We're going to do behind the scenes, all kinds of stuff. We are planning, once we get a few more patrons, to do watch parties and a lot of good behind the scenes content. Jump on it if you want. If you would like to tip us, we will have a coffee pretty soon, which I will post. If you want to throw some bones, it'd be great. Because these cast members do not get paid, and it'd be great to have them paid. Thank you to you know what, Holker, you started it off. Why don't you end us off?
Thank you to Couchfire Media for all the productions and stuff. Thank you to all lowercase letters for the music
And stuff.
and stuff. Then
Mr. Interrupt.
Mr. Interrupt. Can't forget that. And thank you to Trois-Rible,
Whoever they are.
whoever that is. Yes.
And a quick thanks to the cast.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Ken, Howl, Daniel Holker, Drizzle, the Dr. Driz, and Andrea Elliott Johnson. Hey, check it out. We're going to be back on for After Hours. This is a Patreon only thing when it comes to the pre-recorded stuff. We'll be on live here. So if you want to stick around for the After Hours, we're going to talk about what the fuck happened. Some of the cast members, you can ask us questions and all that good stuff. We're going to be drunk. It's going to be great. Later on this week, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard on the YouTubes. Check out DreadLore because we're going to do the Geeky Gamer podcast.
Geeky
We're gonna have
Gamer
a very-
podcast.
We're going to have an awesome we're going to have an awesome guest, dude named Lucas from what is it called?
Ballad of the Seven Dice.
Ballad of the Seven Dice.
I've been following him for a couple of years, and really great at describing setting. He's a GM. He's an arbiter. I think they have their own name for arbitration.
They better.
And they play Call of Cthulhu, which I think an offshoot of Pathfinder. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to ask.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're gonna ask a lot of questions.
It's gonna be interesting. Big old
do a lot of-
conversation we're gonna have.
They do a lot of streaming and immersive, like we're immersive on this.
Supposedly, we're gonna last for about 2 hours on this Geeky Gamer podcast. But as Ken and I know, it might last longer. So join us on YouTube. That's Thursday. Right. So much is going on. I'm going to be jumping on the stream, talking about the DreadLore Corebook. Lord, all we do is podcast. Hang out with us. All right, that's it. Everybody say bye.